Alright, what's up guys, it's XShadowGhoulX here, bringing you the Der Eisendrache Easter Egg completion. This would be with Uralldeadmen, LeekaMahDeek, and Wolfamite. I will be focusing on the electric bow, while Uralldeadmen has the void bow, Wolfamite has the wolf spirit bow, and LeekaMahDeek has the fire bow. So as you can see here, this is the first of the 4 steps for my electric bow. I need to shoot the cardinal direction, and now a quest will come out. I'll pick up my quest, and I'll move on to the first step. The first step is shooting the 3 bonfires around the map. The first one is right here. The second one is just across the death ray over the bridge. There's an easier spot to shoot this from. This is just where I like to shoot it from since it's a little closer. Alright, and after that one, once all of you are ready to be teleported, since each of you have a step down in the rocket platform. Alright, so you'll all teleport down to the rocket. For me, I have a 3rd bonfire to shoot down here, while Wolfamite has a flag to shoot up on top of the mountain that you'll see him in a second. Uralldeadmen has his 6th skull, and then after the rocket takes off and then reopens, LeekaMahDeek will be shooting the rock that has the fire emblems on it. My second step is down in the pyramid room. I will have to wall run and run across all of these symbols. As you can see, I did miss that one there, but you can loop around. As long as you don't touch the ground, you will not fail this step. Alright, as you can see, the second step is completed, while Wolfamite is getting his second one going. Alright, and now it's going to be the 3 vases. 3 vases, each of them need 5 souls to complete, and then after this, you'll be dipping your arrow into the vase and then reshooting the bonfires. The nice thing is, each bow actually has its own set step that you'll have to actually sacrifice to get this step completed. So as you can see, dipped the arrow, came over here, shot the bonfire, and instead of just being a fire tornado, it is now an electric fire tornado. Alright, and now for the second vase. This is definitely one of the more difficult ones because it is very enclosed spaced. Alright, 4, and thankfully I was actually able to get this one done before the nuke takes him out for me. Alright, now I'm going to dip the arrow into the vase, and now I'm going to go shoot the second bonfire. Alright, and after that step is done, I'll come down to the 3rd vase. And now this is the first part of the Ragnarok. So after the rocket goes off, you're going to want to run out there, hit the little switch, and that'll allow you to get the Ragnarok. And as you can see, I'm finishing up my 3rd vase currently while I'm enclosed in here. Alright, then as you can see, you'll hit square on the control panel. The Ragnarok piece is inside of the teleporter. Alright, now to shoot the 3rd and final bonfire, I'm going to dip the arrow back into the vase. Alright, here we go. Alright, now after this step, you'll actually just head right back up, right back to the cardinal direction, and you're going to want to shoot it again. So also in this video, I'm going to go over some tips and tricks on how to get this done the quickest and easiest ways. Also some weapons and perks you guys will definitely need for the boss fight. So as you can see, shout the cardinal direction, place my arrow back into the hole, and a reforged arrow will come down. I'll have to pick that one up. Alright, and after you pick that up, come back down here, you'll place the arrow into the box, and you have to sacrifice about 15 zombies to get your bow. This goes for all of them, all of the bows. This is the final step for each of them. And now into round 12, the Panzer will always spawn. If you and your team heads up to the death ray, this is probably the easiest way to take him out. As you can see, the death ray is activated. He'll walk up the stairs, and now he is trapped while you guys can just send a barrage of arrows on him. So to now go into the weapons and perks, there's really a very small select few that you're going to want to use weapon-wise. And that is going to probably just be the Haymaker, the Bereki, the Ray Gun, the Draken, the Dingo. Those 5 is pretty much what we've been just setting ourselves up with, since they all have some good hip fire while you're running around at the bottom of the boss fight. So as you can see also, we just got the last 2 pieces of the Ragnarok. One for killing the Panzer, and then the second one for activating the Death Ray. And then you have to use a jump pad to get the piece. Now I'm back down to finish up my bow. Alright, and then as you guys have already heard, after the weapons, the perks is a very important step for the boss fight. You're going to want Juggernog, Speed Cola, Mule Kick, and then Quick Revive is also very helpful. If you have Unquenchable and can get to a 5th perk, Widow's Wine is great for the boss fight, and then also Double Tap has been very helpful for us. And then after the bow is completed, you'll hit square on the box, and as you can see, now the electric bow is in the box. Alright, and then moving on to the next step, after each person has their bow, one person will go downstairs with a regular bow, shoot the 6 pegs on the teleporter until they all turn orange, and this will start the wisp step. There are 8 locations around the map for the wisps, one being the telephone right here, second the globe in Samantha's room, the 3rd and 4th are in the computer mainframe room, one being the computer, and then one is a small radio in one of the 4 corners adjacent to Speed Cola. The 5th is a clock in between the clock tower and the mainframe room. The 6th is the phone at spawn by Quick Revive. The 7th is actually a car on the way from Quick Revive to the globe location I'm at currently. The back left tire is the 7th. And as you see, that is what the wisp looks like. That is actually the 4th one in our setup. And then the 8th wisp is a box in the room where I was for the 3rd vase. And then if you did it correctly, a noise will happen, and then the teleporter will be purple at the bottom. Now there are 3 things you need to do down here before you're teleported back. One is by Uralldeadmen right over there. There is little items you have to pick up. The second one is to the left. It is a huge blue canister, impossible to miss. You want to go up to him, hit square. The 3rd step down here, after he closes the door, a code will be put into the door. The easiest way to do this, take a picture so you don't have to sit there and memorize it. If not, memorizing isn't too bad. There's only 4 symbols that can happen. So after this step, you'll be teleported back, run right to the launch pad. The Panzer will spawn to the left every time that you go back in time. So once the 4 of you are on the pad, nice quick teleport back. Alright, then after this, you want to make your way to the death ray. Put the fuses right into that square box. and then switch the death ray from destroy to protect. This will make dogs spawn until you complete this step. So as you can see, 4 symbols, and as you saw, my code was rectangle, and then you want to go and just put those in the computer accordingly. And then LeekaMahDeek was actually downstairs next to the safe. He picked up the items for me, placed those fuses into the towers, turned the computer from protect to destroy. Now you'll have to play Simon Says. Go to these computers, as you see, it's S rectangle smiley face is what I call it, or circle, and then there's the rocket. The weird thing about this run, we actually had 7 rockets in a row, which I mean is completely random, but I mean the odds of that were pretty interesting. And then after you finish this Simon Says, the second one is at the rocket pad, and then you guys want to do the same thing there. Place the little disc into the little computer system and then play Simon Says. Alright, and that one is completed, and now back down into the second Simon Says. And then, I mean, of course, there are some easy ways to memorize these, I mean, or just get past this if you just take a picture as soon as they go up, or just keep reciting the 4 symbols, or even 3 in the pattern from left to right. That's how I do it, and it just makes it the easiest way to keep remembering them. Alright, now to move on to the next step. We actually are doing whisk because we do need to teleport back, but go back to the back of the death ray, hit square on the green light, and that'll actually send Dempsey down into the courtyard. It shoots down his rocket, and then there's something I'll have to get there in a moment. But now we actually have to come down into the teleporter after we did all the whisks. Teleport back in time, come to this box, try and focus hitting the handle. It takes some time, you have to do the correct distance, the correct area. This is definitely one of the most irritating parts of the Easter egg, because sometimes we'll have to come back here 2-3 times to get it. Sometimes it opens the first time you hit the square on it. Alright. And now we'll be moving on to the final step before we fight the boss. Alright, so as you saw, there's that little item I picked up. If you guys maybe remember that from Black Ops 2 Zombies, you'll pick that up, come down here, and place it in the tomb. And now his spirit will spawn. You'll want to follow him around. There's going to be 4 locations he'll go to. Each location has its own sacrifice bow. And as you'll see at the corner of my screens right here when he stops. Alright, so now that it is red, that is LeekaMahDeek's firebow. You also want to sacrifice as many zombies until the spirit goes away. So he has a nice train coming, so this bow will be nice and quick for us. Alright, as you can see, the circle on the ground is gone, and also the red haze around the screen is gone. The more people in the circle, the larger it makes it, making it a little more room to run around, which is always nice. So doing this with 1, 2, or 3 people can be a little difficult with how much room you have to move. The second location right here is blue for the electric bow. Definitely the easiest bow to complete these little rituals with, since you just shoot it at the ground, takes care of all the zombies and dogs for you. You really do not want to be shooting your bow unless it is your circle, since you could run out of ammo. But use it if for safety precautions. Alright, as you can see, it is a light blue, kind of just like the spirit bow. The only bad thing is, watch out, because panzers can spawn at any time on these circles on you. And as you can see, we just moved right down while the panzer was coming, and just took them out before we started the circle again. A couple tricks that we've noticed with the panzer courses. One is the death ray, and the other one is the death machine. If you guys possibly have the gobblegum to spawn it, or if you're down in the pyramid room and do the wall run, that actually spawns a death machine for you. Okay, that is the second spirit location. His path can change every time you actually do this Easter egg, so don't get too comfortable running the same. And right here, as you can see, I'm going to be hitting a gobblegum, and thankfully I'll be hitting the one I do right here, which is Aftertaste. And without this, the boss fight may have not been a completion. Alright, so now it is Purple Haze. This is Uralldeadmen's Void Bow. Alright, and again, as you can see, a panzer spawned through a monkey. Don't have to worry about zombies, so we just lit them up here. And also, a reminder for this is on the 4 spirit locations, it actually has an infinite dog round. So dogs will constantly be spawning even if there's no zombies coming. And as you can see, this one is very close to completion. You'll see actually him transform on the 4th one and then go back to the pyramid room. Alright, he just transformed, and now he's one of those spirits from Shadows of Evil, if you guys have done that one at all. Alright, I'm going to be taking him right back here, right to the pyramid. He's going to do his own little ritual. It'll actually despawn everything on the current round. Alright, so this is the moment when you and your group are going to want to start buffing up, getting the correct weapons, all the perks you guys are going to need, hopefully rolling a good gobblegum. You're going to want anything from Aftertaste to Perkaholic, Phoenix Up. We also really love having Fatal Contraption down there for the Death Machine, because you'll be fighting a lot of panzers. Death Machine is crazy good against the panzers down there, especially when you're having to fight 6 of them. Alright, and as you can see, the pyramid is gone, and now it's him sitting above the base of the pyramid. You'll want to put a canister in the far right one that is a black space. After that, all of you smash down your Ragnaroks, and you'll all be teleported into the boss fight. Alright, the tough part about this, it is a large circle, and you just want to keep moving. They're going to be spawning from anywhere, the ground, the walls, and this is why a shotgun's very nice at this point. Just being able to move around and hip fire everything. Also, if you have a ray gun, I would use your bow down here, because then you just use the ray gun on the boss. So it seems like there's pretty much 2 different phases down here. One, a lot of skeletons will be coming at you, and then, as you can see, the electric circle in the center. You want to place your Ragnaroks down. If you do it correctly, you do not have to stand behind a pillar. And as you can see here, the light in the boss's chest will form, and you just want to light it up. When that step is completed, a max ammo will spawn in the center, as you can see there. Make sure to pick up your Ragnarok because you might need him again if this takes a little longer. Alright, after the max ammo, you know the first step is done, and then the Panzers will spawn. 2 of them will spawn. Every time you kill one, a new one will spawn, and this is why Aftertaste is great. So now when someone is able to come get me, I was able to come right back up, all my perks still. Alright, so just want to keep doing circles down here in this room. The nice thing is at the end of this and during, you actually get a couple max ammos. So I would use all that you have, keep throwing monkeys in the center if you have them. Coordinate the timing with your team so you don't waste any, but just unload on the Panzers. There'll always be 2 up until you kill 6. As you see, that one went down, new one's up. Alright, I believe that is 4 Panzers. Yep, just try to work with your team here on focus firing a Panzer and just keep moving Panzer to Panzer. Shotguns, ray guns are the 2 best things we've seen. Of course, the bow too. Alright, and that is the end of that stage. Max ammo spawns, skeletons are back. With the boss moving around in different areas. Alright, and you're always going to want to have someone on watch for the middle, because if that lightning bolt is in the center and you guys miss it, that could be just a total wipe. Alright, and then also in this stage, dogs will spawn with the skeletons, and there is a chance a Panzer could spawn down there too. That usually doesn't happen until the 3rd wave of this. As you can see, boss is in the center, place the Ragnaroks down, and now he is down. We've noticed the ray gun probably does the most damage on the opening of him, because when we did this with 2 ray guns, that is the quickest we've ever been able to drop him in his phases. Yeah, also the very nice thing about Aftertaste down here, it will not go away, we've noticed. So if you get down 2, 3, 4 times down here with Aftertaste, you'll still always have your perks. Definitely one of the coolest Easter egg endings we've had is having a big boss fight. I mean, this is just absolutely incredible, the scenery we get to see down here. And on top of that, having skeletons for zombies is very interesting and new. So as you can see, dropping another Ragnarok. Definitely coordinate the dropping of the Ragnarok so you don't overlap them. Alright, as you can see, just going to keep putting damage on the chest of him. That is 3 times he has dropped. I think we did it in 4, which we've had some. We've done it 6, 7 times and he doesn't drop, but this time it was 4. We're expecting it to be the ray gun that really did some extra help on that. So now max ammo dropped as you saw before. Panzers will respawn. And again, you'll have to go through 6 of them. This is where a fatal contraption could be great. If you just put that on, 1 death machine go should kill 3 or 4 Panzers. So if you can have 1 person down there with fatal contraption, and then if the other 3 even had aftertaste, that's fine too. Other than that, a Phoenix up is very helpful also. And the tough part is down there, once you do go down and lose your perks, sadly, it's more you're just cannon fodder to keep the zombies away. It is very tough to stay alive down there without perks. Thankfully, if you do go down, you can kind of be the reviving person down there. Alright, that should be about 4 panzers through right now. And the panzer will focus on just one of you at a time. So if you do notice which one he's on, if the other 3 can just keep focusing while he's chasing. Alright, that is another panzer down. Alright, max ammo in the center, and now zombie skeletons will respawn. So now this should be the last phase for you guys if you do the damage correctly. This is definitely the most hectic step, because in this one we've had panzers spawn in it. The skulls will actually be coming from the boss, which is something he'll spawn occasionally. Also, as you guys can see, those red lights is just like the fire bow. If you stand in them, it could be an automatic down. We haven't really gotten to them yet since you have enough time to get away. There you go. There's actually a panzer that spawned on us in this final phase. Alright, and as you can see there, pretty much all got a little too excited and ran in there with our Ragnarok, but now we're going to be tossing a lot of damage on the boss. And also down here, it does seem your Ragnarok will come back with a kill of a panzer, like if you killing your own panzer. And also, of course, killing zombies brings it back. Yeah, so yeah, this one takes us 5 drops of them. Alright, there you go. Now the boss is in the center again with the electric orb. Alright, right here, we're just going to put all the damage you can into him. That right there is how you know if you've beaten him. He'll actually spin around in a circle, the round will end, and you'll be teleported back. It was absolutely just surreal getting to finally beat this. Been going on for ever since February 2nd, trying to beat this with everybody. Sadly, the audio did not want to work with this video, so I'm going to let the cutscene roll, but sadly there is no sound. Alright guys, well, I'm going to let it just roll out here and you guys can just watch the rest. The cool thing is, for beating this, you get a trophy and you get all the perks on the map. I just want to say special thanks to my friends Uralldeadmen, LeekaMahDeek, and Wolfamite. Thanks, guys, for just pounding through this Easter egg day in and day out. Hopefully you guys liked the video, learned a couple things. Sadly, like I said, the audio did not want to work with us with the recording. So if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe. I'd love to see like 15, 20 likes on this video. I appreciate just all the support, guys. Alright, I'm going to let this just roll for you.